So here we have the Mercedes-Benz C220d convertible. As you can see, the vehicle is being supplied with that private number plate that you can see on there as well. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in it and run through some of the controls on the inside. From the outside, you can see, of course, that it is a two-door car with alloy wheels. We're going to start off inside the boot space of the vehicle first. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors. Given the fact that it's a convertible, plenty of boot space underneath there as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in, and as I mentioned, we'll run through some of the controls on the inside of it from there. Now that we've done a full circle though, firstly you can see the alloy wheels are all in pristine condition, as is the bodywork the entire way around this great looking car. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the speedometer and fuel gauge. On the right-hand side, the rev counter and coolant temperature gauge. In the centre, you can see the total miles for the car. They are 49,393. You can change information displayed there using buttons on the steering wheel. You can, for example, have a digital readout for the speedometer, and the buttons in question are on the left-hand side just here. We have our phone and stereo controls on the right-hand side, the minus and plus paddles so you can change up and down a gear manually with this automatic gearbox, and then into the centre, the main screen for the car. So the controls for this screen, you have a few physical buttons just here. So for example, if you want the radio, press the radio button. You will then be on the radio menu. You can similarly use this dial and this pad just here as well. So loads of ways to control, and certainly this dial is the easiest thing to use whilst the vehicle is in motion. So for example, if you want to access your radio, you can do so with the dial. You'll be able to access your FM, DAB and AM radio all up there. You can come back out a page and listen to your own music. And you can see we're now on the menu for that. So media, which is at the top here, you can select media and then rotate the dial for any of these different ways to listen to your music, of which there are plenty, as you can see. This car, you can also access the satellite navigation. Really nice clear colour display. It's a very easy system to use, which you'll see, and now that's loaded up just there. We've also got a full colour reversing camera with guidelines that show you what direction the car is headed in relation to that image that's being shown on the screen now. Working our way down from there, we have our dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the passenger temperature, the driver temperature, you can increase and decrease the fan speed from here. When you're happy with those settings, that's your air conditioning on. The same button will turn it off, or simply hit auto. The car will then maintain the temperatures that you've asked for by taking full control of the fan speed and direction of the air for you. You can manually override that, as I've just done, at any point in time you wish to. We have the physical buttons down the bottom here. We have a clock, as you can see, and our CD player. Nice big storage area, 2 cup holders and a 12-volt charging socket. The main volume for the stereo, which can also be adjusted on the steering wheel, of course, but you can use that dial just there. The buttons we went through just a moment ago, and then over on the left-hand side, you can turn your parking sensors on and off, your stop and start on and off, and down here you can change the driving setup of the vehicle as well. The last thing I wanted to show you is, of course, the roof opening. So with your foot on the brake, there's a button in the central console. Just lift that button up. You can see the tailgate opening in the rear view just there, and then the roof will fold down into that top section. Once it's folded down, the tailgate will close, and if you keep your fingers on the button, all 4 windows will go up. You can, of course, do those back down again should you wish to. The last thing I wanted to mention is the paperwork that we have for the car. So you can see just here, we have the V5 registration document. In the envelope is the spare key for the car, so 2 keys in total as well. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Wimbledon Carriage Company. Similarly, if you'd like a live bespoke video tour, we'd be more than happy to do that for you as well.